Hello there, Jamie Mackenzie from Fireworks Scotland. It's a cracker of a day here out in Glasgow. I don't know if you can see that in the background. I've got out with me, I'm out in the countryside, I've got my bow and arrow with me. I've come out to do just a little bit of archery. Sorry, my battery was running low there, did you lose me? I'm back. My battery was running low. I'm out doing a little bit of archery today, and the funny thing about archery, I just discovered this when I was doing a little bit of reading and researching along some of the routes that we kind of go along when you find yourself along at one of our fire walks. It's about setting targets, trying to find the right target that we should be aiming at. And I discovered, I think this was about 6 months ago, that actually the word sin is an archery term. It originated as an archery term, and it actually means to miss your target, or to, sorry, see the sun there, the sunshine scorcher, is to miss the target or to improperly aim. And it doesn't mean that you should never play archery if you miss a couple of shots. And what I really love about archery and quite a lot of the other things that I do in my life is reflect inside and look at some of the wee mistakes that I had made, maybe in my setup and my approach as I was trying to take that shot. And if it missed, I can't look around for anyone else to blame. I have to look inside, I have to look at myself, I have to look at how I was presenting myself. Was I aiming at the right target? And the mistakes that I made, is there anything in there that I can learn from them? Now, there normally is. If you aim dead on target and you take your shot and you notice it's a little low and to the left, then that tells you something. It tells you something about where you're aiming and where you're ending up. And you can make some adjustments from that, and you can learn from that, and you can actually make a couple of corrections within yourself. I'm not going to move the target down. Sometimes it's impossible to move targets. Not always impossible, sometimes it's really good to change target, but for this particular instance, really important that I look at myself and make some of the changes within me, the approach, how I aim, where I'm sighting, where I know it went the last time and where the likelihood is it will go again if I don't make any corrections. And then I'm going to trust myself to take that shot. Have a wee look at this. Making adjustments. You might have noticed there's been a little adjustment to the scenery that we had a second ago. I had to make a slight adjustment. Again, this is it. I sinned. I improperly aimed. I was aiming at the right target of putting a video out to use guys, but in my setup and my approach I had made some critical mistakes. For instance, remembering to charge my battery before I headed out, so now I'm having to conclude the video from my car, the sun glazing in the background, still shining, it's still a lovely day. There's still opportunities for me to really critique myself, but how's that going to get me forward unless those critiques are going to advantage me in the future? So I'm going to, as I would in the archery, when I took those other shots, I was looking at the mistakes I had made, trying to correct, trying to get closer to that target. That's exactly what I'm going to do for the next time. My goal is to make a video. First thing I'm going to start to do is make sure my phone's charged. How's that for a start? And then I'm going to look at some of the other mistakes, like having the sun shining right in the back when I'm taking the videos would also be something that I'd probably look to change to get a better video out to you guys. But hopefully this has summed up exactly what I was talking about. Sometimes we make mistakes and that's okay, but as long as I'm going to put this video out, so as long as I'm getting close to my target, I can look at some of the mistakes I made, re-aim, trust myself and take that shot. I'll speak to you soon.